the sermon that Jesus preached in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 15, is about lost things. And he's preaching this sermon to a group of people who are described as being publicans and sinners. They are lost. And this sermon is very much pointed toward them, speaking to them about the value of humanity and as God sees humanity and God's love for humanity and his desire to draw that lost sinner out of their realm of darkness where they have rejected faith and rejected God to a place to where they see the light and they come to a spiritual enlightenment in their lives. So, the value of humanity is God sees them, and the value of those who are lost, those who are like the shepherd who had lost the one sheep and was willing to go out into the perils to bring that one lost sheep home. And the woman who had lost her coin and was frantic and was sweeping the house, trying desperately to find that coin that was lost. And this is a description of God. How that God desperately wants to bring that lost person out of the realm of darkness and the realm of a life of sin to a place to where they value a relationship with the true and the living God. But then we come to the third sermon. And this one not only talks to these sinners and publicans about not being lost, but allowing themselves to be found, and that the love of God would be brought forth into their hearts. Now he brings into this particular story the dynamic of family. And I have said this before, probably here on this radio broadcast, I know at church, that this young man who confronted his father and said, "Father, I want my inheritance. I want what is mine and I want it now." I do not believe that that was the first time that they had that conversation. And I'm just believing, just knowing the dynamics of family and the dynamics of human communication, that this argument had probably been taking place for a long time. And now this father finally comes to the realization, I'm just not getting through. I'm just not able to make him understand the parables or the peril of what he is asking. So he's thinking there's only one thing to do. I've got to turn him loose. I've got to let him go and experience what he's going to experience in order for him to understand the value of his own soul and the value of family. I heard somebody say this one time, that they had kind of rebelled against God and rebelled against family. And they looked back and they said, I wish I hadn't have burned my bridges with my family. And I see this a lot of times, people who come in desperate times in their lives because their families have rejected them because they've rejected their family. It's Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.